Lots of that tonight.
What are we going to hear lots of?
I don't know. Oh, Michael,
On
I
the
had...
on the
I had
Chuckle-Bits
a,
Halloween after party?
yeah, a Halloween after party. Michael, I had a dream.
Uh-uh.
And I had a dream you were in it and you were cross at me. Do you know why?
Because you dragged me into your dream.
No, because I was friends with Elon Musk.
Oh, you bastard!
And I don't like Elon Musk. I think he's an idiot. I think he's an asshole. And I had a dream where he was friends with me, but I didn't want to tell you because I wasn't sure if you'd get angry at me or not. Oh dear. He's a right twat, isn't he?
I know. Now he's on Twitter. He owns Twitter, and I'm
He
like,
owns Twitter.
maybe
Did you
this.
see the thing? Did you see the thing about Stephen King and
Yeah,
him?
yeah,
He's begging Stephen King to give him $8. I
yeah.
mean, you got to admit that's pretty funny.
It is funny.
Isn't
Maybe
he supposed to be a billionaire though?
he's the richest man on earth, isn't he?
Yeah. Why does he need to be asking Stephen King? I mean, I know Stephen King's rich, but he doesn't need to be going asking Stephen King for money.
Oh, he's an arsehole, and he owns Twitter, and maybe that's the excuse I need to not be on
Own
Twitter
Twitter.
anymore. Yeah.
Maybe,
Anyway,
yeah.
tell us your funny story. You're poorly.
Okay,
You're
so
doing the windows.
I'm a bit poorly today, and I live at the top of a block of flats.
Very
so,
top.
So, yeah, I'm going to be getting that today. I'll try to mute myself if I feel it coming on, but I'm going to sound a bit gross today. Maybe working with the Halloween theme by cold. You can pretend I've got like a zombie disease. Anyway, so the first thing this morning I heard was a horrible noise outside my window, and I opened my window to look down at the street, and I said, "What the fuck is that noise?" to myself. And then right beside me was a guy on a rope, stretched, and he was doing something to the window next to me, and he said, "Oh, good morning." I went, "Oh, hello."
Did you have clothes on?
Yeah, I had clothes on, but
Right.
it was more the fact that I said, "What the fuck is going on?"
What the fuck is going on?
I know, I didn't think it. I said it out loud to myself.
Yeah.
And he was just there next to me at the top of this block of flats, and he was hanging from a rope. And I said, "Oh, hello."
Didn't you offer him a cup of tea through the window?
Through the window? No, I didn't.
That would have been
I don't
funny.
know what he was doing. I don't think he'd have anywhere to put it.
Did you-
Unless I got a really big straw for him.
Did you close the curtains?
Yeah, I did.
Did you?
Yeah.
Was there a part of you that thought that it might be rude to close the curtains on him?
Not really.
No.
I mean, I doubt he wants to see me wanking all day.
Right. Is that what you've been up to?
Well, I mean, it's the start of the
Oh.
month, isn't it? It's the start of No Nostalgia Critic November.
Oh, I know. It's so hard. It's so hard to go without Nostalgia Critic. Jesus.
It's so you can't watch any Nostalgia Critic for a
No.
month.
And
No.
he remembers it so I don't have to. But now
No.
I have to remember it.
Guess what? Guess what movie he reviewed recently?
He still reviews movies?
Yeah, but guess what one he reviewed recently?
What?
The Munsters.
Oh, did you watch it?
I did, yeah.
And?
He didn't like it.
What an arsehole.
I know. Yeah, but now it's November, so we're doing No Nostalgia Critic November.
No.
so-
Well, Stevie here at the Chuckle-Bits Radio Halloween after party is going to watch some trailers with me. And he's going to say everything he needs to say about these films before the trailer finishes because...
Well, what if it's a film I really like and I've only got, 1 minute to
Well,
watch
to
say
aid
things, so I
to
don't
aid
know.
Stevie in this, I have slowed down the trailers to give Stevie extra time, but that's still not going to help much if he's got a lot to say. So let's start with the first trailer. And I'm not going to tell Stevie what the trailers are, he has to guess. And I don't think Stevie's got any sound either. So here we go. Say everything you have to say. Ready, steady, go.
If I've seen all these movies, then I won't need any sound. Right, Lionsgate. It's a movie about a lion in a gate.
In the gate, lion in the gate, the lion,
Oh,
the
no.
witch in the gate.
Right, so the Blair Witch Project we're doing.
I
Well,
don't
no,
know.
wait,
You tell me.
I said Lionsgate. That's so. This must be the one they did recently, but it doesn't look like the one they did recently. Michael, you should watch the Blair Witch Project.
The
It's very
Tony
good.
Blair Witch Project.
No, you should watch the Blair Witch
I
Project.
missed.
It's
Remember
very
when
good.
Tony Blair was in that episode of The Simpsons?
Oh yeah, it's weird to think that he's a war criminal. He's just in an episode of The Simpsons, being like, "All right, Homer." Yeah.
Have you got anything to
Well,
say
The
about this film?
Simpsons. Yeah, it's a good film. You should watch it. It's scary. It's spooky. It's kooky.
Remember when you were worried that you wouldn't have enough time before the trailer finished?
Well, no, because I don't really know what to say. I can't really go in depth in anything because I've only got a minute.
You haven't got a minute. It's slowed down 4 times, so you've got 4 minutes to do your PhD thesis.
In the Blair Witch Project.
Quick.
Oh god, this is going to be painful to watch. I can already tell. Anyway, yeah, there were movies like this beforehand. It's worth noting stuff like Hannibal Holocaust and the last horror movie, the last broadcast, stuff like that. But this was the one that kind of did it first, like on a giant scale, that really captured people's attention, and it was a big marketing thing as well. They had loads of, it was like viral marketing before viral marketing. They put up all of there was like fake documentaries on the internet that you didn't know were actually part of the production. You thought it was made by other people. It was kind of to give more credit to the Blair Witch urban myth. So you would actually go in thinking that it was kind of real, because it wasn't just this one film that was made about it. There was lots of stuff online about it.
But you must have watched it after the fact. I mean, you would have.
I have.
You would
I've
have
seen
been a
it
child,
many
wouldn't you?
times.
When it came
I've
out.
seen it. Oh yeah, and I've seen it many times, and I think even without believing that it's real, I still think that it's very, very good. Very scary. I don't know if it's scarier than the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre is a movie that I legitimately have trouble watching because it's so disturbing. However, the Blair Witch Project is still very, very scary. What do you mean final twist in Carrie?
What's the final twist?
I don't like these quotes. They're all very, very. Carrie didn't really have a twist in it. What, you mean the fact that she was psychic? It's kind of at the beginning of the movie.
That's the whole point, yeah.
It's the whole point of it, yeah. And it was, oh god.
It looks like a lot of these kids in the forest need a tissue, though. They got runny noses, kind of like you.
Well, did you know that the acting in this movie is actually in a way real? Because the way that they filmed this movie was that they just got a bunch of they got 3 random actors, and they would give them food at the beginning of the day. The food would they would stop giving them so much as the shoot went on to get them a bit more hungry and desperate.
So this is real acting as opposed to fake acting, which is what you see in a lot of films these days. They don't make them like they used to.
What I mean is their reactions have a certain degree of authenticity because they are actually properly scared. Because the actual directors are messing with them while they're trying to sleep. And they're also... They would give them vague instructions at the beginning of a day about how the day was going to go. But other than that, it was just up to them. What they would say, what their reactions would be, how things were shot. So everything was done up to the actors in that way. And so a lot of their kind of reactions and fear are...
Okay, end of trailer.
It's a good movie, you should watch it.
No, you're done.
Why
Watch
aren't you going to
next
watch
trailer.
It?
Next trailer.
Is this the next 2 hours?
Yep.
You've got to have something else, Michael.
No, this is it. This is the after party.
Oh god, no one's going to watch this. This is just a black screen.
It's not a black screen, it's grey.
Okay, what, Freddy versus Jason?
No, don't be silly.
This is from Freddy vs. Jason.
No, don't be silly.
Oh no, this is Nightmare on Elm Street 2, isn't it?
You don't even know? I thought you were Dr. Movie.
No, these are all from different ones. Oh, this is gonna be like a montage, and then it's gonna. Is this Wes Craven's New Nightmare?
No, it's one Freddy film.
Which one is it? It's the second one. I said it was the second one. And you said it wasn't the second one.
No, I didn't. You said it was Freddy versus Jason, and I said, no, it's not.
And then I said it was Nightmare on Elm Street 2, and you said no.
I did not.
You did!
Well, you can watch the footage back when it's on YouTube.
You're a cheeky little bugger, you are.
You got anything to say about this stupid film?
It's very, very gay. There's a good documentary out by the main actor in the movie called Scream Queen, and it's about and because it turns out the main actor, he didn't identify at the time, but it turns out he actually is gay in real life. So it kind of it's a documentary about his experience with A Nightmare on Elm Street 2 and all of the the gay subtext of it, a kind of unintentional gay subtext, but it is in a way a movie about a boy who is struggling to come to terms with who he is. There's something inside of him that scares him, and he's not entirely sure how to deal with it. And I think the movie
the most important thing is he plays a tennis racket like it's a guitar.
He does, yeah. There's a very embarrassing scene in the beginning that I think they're trying to do like a risky business with Tom Cruise type thing. And he does some very embarrassing dance moves. It's a very different sequel than the other Freddy movies. Part 3, they started to get a little bit more tongue-in-cheek. So it's kind of in the in-between area in Nightmare on Elm Street movies. It's not necessarily a good movie, but it's a very interesting one, and very interesting when you look at the gay subtext.
Do you remember the Freddy dogs?
The Freddy dogs are very very bad special effects, yes.
They're kind of cute.
Yeah, they are. In this movie, it's not as good as the first one. What about you? What have you got to say about it? It can't just be me for the next 2
What?
hours.
You're Dr. Movie. You have a PhD.
No, I don't. Stop
degree.
It. I don't have a PhD. I have a master's.
In Friday the 13th.
I have a master's, not a PhD, so don't be lying.
Yeah, well, you're going to have a PhD by the end of this.
What do you mean?
Honorary Chuckle-Bits PhD.
Chuckle-Bits PhD.
Yeah.
Okay. What about you? What have you've seen Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2, haven't you?
I have.
What do you think of it?
I always remember liking it more than I actually do when I'm watching it. It's not the best film. There's some really standout parts in it that I really like. There's just weird little things here and there. Like, there's one bit, and no one else seems to notice this but me, but in the main character's kitchen, there's a clock on the wall, and it just looks like a dick. And I don't know if it's supposed to or not.
That's the thing, a lot of the stuff in the movie is unintentional.
There's a lot of little things like that.
Well, there's also the leather bar that he goes to later.
Yeah, but is it a good film?
I'd put it in. I don't know. I think Halloween 3 is a better movie than Nightmare on Elm Street 2, but it's kind of in the same ballpark of that. It's a lot more interesting to talk and think about than it is to actually watch.
Yeah.
Although I do really like Halloween 3, Season of the Witch.
I like a lot of the ideas, and I like bits of it. There's probably like 45 minutes of good film in there. Right, done. Next film.
I would just say it is
Next
ironic.
film.
I wanted to say it's ironic it's called Freddy's Revenge, because I think this is the only Nightmare on Elm Street movie where he isn't getting revenge.
Yeah, it's quite unclear and ambiguous, like what role Freddy actually has in it.
Yeah. He takes on more of a metaphorical role.
Yeah.
Maybe has a cheese roll.
A cheese roll, yeah.
Yeah, that was a good joke.
It's
right,
good.
what's this next one? What is just Star Wars?
Star Wars isn't a horror film, you fraud.
It is to me because I don't like Star Wars. All right, Alien 3. It's not Alien 3. Is this Alien Resurrection? Why did you choose Alien movies? You chose Alien Resurrection.
Because I knew I'd get a reaction like that.
What? That's bizarre. I knew it was an Alien movie at first, but I didn't recognise it. And why did you choose Alien Resurrection?
Everyone loves Alien Resurrection. It's the brown one.
It has some good ideas in it. All of the Clone Ripley stuff is interesting. I like that Ripley, the clone version of Ripley, is an asshole. That they didn't just kind of, make her Ripley again. She's kind of a new character almost. I like all the sort of weird sexual imagery in the movie. Like the end where she's like stroking the weird hybrid human alien type thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
She like kisses it.
I haven't seen it in a really long time.
But you remember there's lots.
Oh
of,
yeah,
like,
yeah. I remember liking it.
Sex stuff in it.
But now, in retrospect, I don't know if I could. I think I remember the sort of comedy parts of it just not really working at all.
Well, that's the Joss Whedon part
exactly
of it. Yeah.
That's probably the sexual stuff as well, because he's a sex pest.
He is a sex pest, but I do like. Yeah, there's the lesbianism between Winona Ryder and Sigourney Weaver. It's just like it's kind of like a bag of ideas almost, but that aren't kind of fully formed, and tonally it's very off, like because of the comedy, as you said. It's, as I said, it's a very similar movie to Freddy Part 2 because it's more interesting to think about than it is to watch. Is this just going to be movies that are more interesting to talk about than they are to watch? Is that going to be the theme of this?
What have we had so far? Blair Witch, Freddy 2, Alien Resurrection.
Blair Witch Project is good to watch.
Well, you're the one who just said that that's the theme, and this is only the third trailer.
Only because it's the second one in a row. Yeah, I like Alien Resurrection, and I haven't seen it in a while. So,
what do you think about the fact that it's called Alien Resurrection, and it was an attempt to resurrect
the franchise?
The franchise.
It didn't really work, did it?
No.
Actually, you know what? Even though I haven't seen it in a number of years, it does have scenes that stick out, like the scene with all the alien, like the failed Ripley clones.
Yeah, that really creeped me out when I saw it the first time. I think that creeped me out more than anything else. That was again, it's kind of like Alien 3, where the aliens aren't really the most interesting part. In Alien Resurrection, it's all the failed, like, body horror, human experimentation, which is the creepy part. Like, they're so desperate to get this xenomorph back that they're willing to create all of these horrible, grotesque abominations to do it.
Yeah, and there's one that's, like, half alive and it's, like, begging
exactly.
to kill her. There's one that's, like, it just has like loads of xenomorph mouths on it. It's like Ripley, but she's got loads of xenomorph mouths all over her.
Yeah, it's really creepy, but that's just one scene. You know, they should have lent harder into that and got rid of all the stupid jokes, all the campiness.
Imagine if the movie didn't have any actual like traditional xenomorphs in it and was more like about failed Ripley clones and like those types of xenomorphs.
But that's the point. That's the problem. That by that point, the franchise had just become the spooky alien film. Got to have the monsters in it.
But you could do so much more, and the proof of that is the Alien comics from Dark Horse. They did loads of experimental, weird things with that. They, showed the alien home world, back before Prometheus. They did lots of like really weird things with it, which is cool because when you're doing a comic book, I guess you have more freedom than when you're doing like a multi-million dollar budget movie. you have to stick the things in people will remember. Like, you got to have the xenomorph in it all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like, as I said though, I like the weird human xenomorph at the end of it, the melty yellow one.
Yeah, I like that. I like the alien queen. I like all the alien stuff looks pretty good. The CGI is kind of dated though. It's just most of the human characters are really annoying. It's just Buffy but with alien paint on the front, and it doesn't really mesh together well.
Yeah, I can see the Buffy comparison, especially.
Ripley's like some of the characters are alright, but most of them they just don't seem like believable people, and that was the whole point of Alien. I felt that's what made Alien work, that they were just kind of like working class space trucker people, dealing with something that was really far beyond their comprehension. But this is just a bunch of tropey action kind of jokey. I don't really know. It just don't work for me.
90s action.
Yeah, that's it.
You know, it's a very 90s movie, I'll say that.
It's funny you should say that, because it did actually come out in the 90s.
It did, yeah.
Yeah, that was good. That was a good prediction there. You predicted that before you knew that it came out.
No one knew it came out in the 90s.
No one knew that.
I saw it the day I brought a Goosebumps book and popped up a Coca-Cola diet. I don't know why I put the Coca-Cola in there. That's been before the 90s.
Oh, yeah. What else is the 90s?
I watched it with a pack of 3D Doritos.
Yeah. Which one of the 4 television channels that we had access to in England did you watch it on?
Channel 5.
Channel 5 wasn't out in 1997.
Yes, it was.
In 97? No, it weren't.
Yeah, it was.
Were you watching Xena?
Were
you watching Hercules?
No, I didn't watch that. I watched The Simpsons and Sky One.
An Alien Resurrection on Channel 5.
An Alien Resurrection on Channel 5. No, Channel 5 wouldn't show that. It's too violent.
Channel 5 used to show really good films pretty much every day.
All Channel 5 do is just show programs about how the working class is rubbish.
Yeah. No, I used to love Channel 5. Used to have movies on all the time.
All they show now is what scum landlords and nightmare tenants and all of that kind of rubbish.
I can't tell you how many times I watched Con Air and The Matrix on Channel 5.
Con Air! Oh my god, okay. If you live in the UK, you will see Con Air on TV at least 5 times.
Yeah.
It's one of those movies that they put on every Sunday for some reason. I don't know if they just have it. It's just something that they put on. It's that. Back to the Future 1. What other ones are there?
I'm trying to think. Darkman used to be on a lot for some reason.
Not as much as Con Air.
No, not as much as Con Air.
Con Air is the one that's always on telly. I do like that logo though for Alien Resurrection.
Yeah.
It's a nice logo. But why do we need to see it twice?
They resurrected it after the first time.
Oh, that's good, yeah.
Oh, look, it has a website. You know, that's new.
When that?
New and interesting.
When all films had their own website and they all had games and things.
Done. Next film.
Yeah. I wonder what this is.
Yeah, I wonder what this film is. Can you guess?
Which one? First one, I'm guessing?
It's getting closer. It's scary.
Oh no, it'll be the second one, because the first one is The Evil Dead. So this will be Evil Dead 2. Evil Dead 2 is R.L. Stein's favourite movie.
Is it? Did he ever do a rip-off story? Like he liked to do?
I can't imagine that he would be able to do a rip-off story. I don't know, maybe.
There must have been a story where someone's hand came off and ran around, and that was the whole Goosebumps story.
Maybe. But we all love Evil Dead 2. Or is this the first one?
I don't know. You're Dr. Movie.
I'm trying to figure out, but everything's moving so slow. Either way, they're both good movies. Have you seen them both?
I've seen them both. I've seen Evil Dead. I've seen Evil Dead 2. And I've seen Army of Darkness. I like Evil Dead 2.
Yeah, that's the best one. That's it's a good combination of horror and comedy.
How frequently has there been a... Because Evil Dead 2 is both a sequel and a remake at the same time.
This is the first one. I think this is the first one, because I don't think the second one has the tree rape in it.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. How do you feel about the tree rape? Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely... I don't think it needed to be in there. It's pretty... I think it was pretty dated. I guess you could say it kind of adds to the schlocky element of it. But yeah, it's not really needed. What were you going to say about...
That, how... Well, I was talking about Evil Dead 2, how it's a sequel and a remake at the same time. I'm guessing that wasn't that common? It still isn't that common.
Well, I can't think of anything else that's a sequel but also a remake, or anything that has a number in the title but is a strict remake. Because I don't think... Because Evil Dead 2 is a remake, it's not a sequel.
It's both, though. It's both at the same time.
Yeah, but the characters never really... It's never really...
It has a recap of the first film at the beginning.
No, but that's all... It has a recap of the first film, but the characters never... They never act like first one happened.
Yeah, I think the recap actually kind of cuts a lot of characters out.
Yeah, I think actually you could take the remake, the recap out of it, and then it wouldn't subtract to the movie.
Oh no.
The recap actually... It sounds like maybe the recap was something... I wouldn't be surprised if the studio made them put it in. You made this today, he'd be listening to that on AirPods.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
they don't make them like they used to.
They did do a remake recently.
That's true.
It was good. Did you see the new one?
No,
it was good.
I didn't. So, this film's kind of important, right, in the world of horror films and kind of indie films and... Right?
Yeah?
Doctor Movie, you going to tell us some more about it?
I thought you were going to say something about it. You were leading into you saying something about it. Yeah, it is an important horror movie because it's Sam Raimi, one of the horror great... I mean, he doesn't really do horror now, but yeah.
Darkman! I mentioned Darkman on Channel 5.
Actually, do you know what I think is the scariest thing Sam Raimi's ever done? I think it is that one scene in Spider-Man 2, and you know exactly the one I'm talking about, with the Dr. Octopus arms, and they attack the surgeons. Do you remember that?
Yeah? Is it scary? I don't remember. I remember really liking Spider-Man 2, because I like Dr. Octopus.
Spider-Man 2 is great. You don't remember that scene?
I don't know.
That scene was scary.
I saw it in the cinema.
So did I. Everyone saw it as the big film.
It was the big film. Now there's a Marvel film coming out every week.
Every weekend, yeah. New film and a TV series.
Yeah. A computer just makes it on its own. It pumps them out. It squirts them out.
I don't think that... Yeah, they're not actually made by people. But this, the Evil Dead first one, that was made by a person.
Yeah.
You can tell because of all the grit. This is the first... It's a very good... I'd say the second one still holds up. The first one's maybe a little bit dated.
The second one's a lot of fun.
Yeah. It's silly. It's fun. It's a good combination of horror and comedy that I call horror.
Right.
It's a good movie.
Got anything else to say about the Evil Dead?
What have you got to say about?
I mean, we can't just sit here quietly until the trailer finishes.
Well, now we're just watching a slow-mo shot of a half-naked woman running through a forest. I feel a bit creepy.
Well, it's the Halloween after party.
Yeah. Did you do anything for Halloween?
You know what? I came home. I played Death Smiles a couple of times. You ever played Death Smiles?
I've played Death Smiles.
The cave shooter, and then later on, Emma was listening to a Rob Zombie album in the other room, and I kind of heard some of it.
Did it have Dracula?
Yeah, it was that one. It was the Dracula one.
Did it have Living Dead Girl?
Did it have Living Dead Girl? I don't know.
The
Yeah,
one
Emma
from
says
Bride
yes.
Oh, that's the one from Bride of Chucky.
Is it now?
Yeah,
Does that make it good?
yeah.
I don't know.
Has she seen the monsters?
No, no one's seen the monsters.
I've seen the. Ask Emma if she's seen Rob Zombie's The Monsters.
Do you want me to? I mean, you already know the answer, but I will ask. Have you seen Rob Zombie's The Monsters? No. No one's seen Rob Zombie's The Monsters, apart from you and the Nostalgia Critic.
we can't talk about him. It's no nostalgia.
Oh, it's no Nostalgia Critic November.
But yeah.
You having fun?
Fun. Bruce Cat. Did you ever see the TV series Ash vs Evil?
No. Apparently
quite
it's good, and I should probably watch
I
it.
know. Unfortunately, it ended on a cliffhanger, and they're not doing more.
Well,
But
that's the Evil Dead way, isn't it?
Yeah,
They all end on cliffhangers.
in a way, it's a good tradition.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I recommend that.
This trailer's still going. You've still got time to say something.
Only because you slowed it down ridiculously.
Right, that's the end. Next film.
Right, what's the next one? Halloween 3?
Oh, you'd like that, wouldn't you?
I would like that. I like Halloween 3. All I saw was a bunch of colours at the beginning. Videodrome?
Oh, you'd like that, wouldn't you?
I would like it. I like Videodrome.
No, it's the Lawnmower Man.
Oh, the Lawnmower Man. That was released on my...
On your
my
birthday.
day.
The day you were
Yeah.
born.
The Lawnmower Man was released to the general public.
It's not the Lawnmower Man.
No, I'm not the Lawnmower Man.
You're not the Lawnmower Man, and this trailer isn't the Lawnmower Man.
No. I haven't seen the Lawnmower Man movie.
Oh,
but I
what?
do
You've
know-
never seen it?
No. I've seen bits of Lawnmower Man. This is Videodrome!
I never said
This
it.
is
I never said it
Videodrome.
wasn't.
You said it was the Lawnmower Man!
And then I said it wasn't the Lawnmower Man.
No, right, anyways, I
Wait
know
a minute.
this is Videodrome.
This imagery isn't in the film, is it?
I know. And do you know what really annoys me? I really like the song. You can't hear the song, but I really like the song that's in this trailer, and I can't find it anywhere. I think it was just made for this trailer, and it doesn't actually exist anywhere else because this is a pretty rare trailer.
It only exists in Videodrome.
But yeah, Videodrome is a fantastic movie. You watched it.
I've got it. I watched it. Maybe I should
said
watch
you
it
didn't-
again. I don't
You said
know.
you didn't really get it.
No. I can't pretend. I can't pretend that I came away from Videodrome thinking, oh yeah. I liked it, but I didn't understand it.
But you got that it
Especially
was
near the
making-
end.
Well, you got that it was making a critique about, violence in the media and how it affects us. You kind of got that. about it.
Yeah. I'm not sure I understood what was actually happening in the film.
Well, I think
Especially near the end.
Actual plot.
Yeah, the actual plot nearer the end, all the body horror stuff. Like that's where
Well,
it kind of.
That's the best part.
I
Love that part.
I'm not saying. I liked it. I liked it. It was bizarre and weird But
Was it when he put the videotape into his vagina VHS slot?
No, I didn't mind that.
A bit weird. He liked that bit, in fact, a lot.
Yeah.
No, okay, so I think that the end of the movie is very cerebral, and you can interpret it in a number of different ways, which is what I like
Cerebral.
about it.
Stevie's trying to say I'm too stupid to understand Videodrome.
I'm not saying
Say
you're
I'm too stupid, listeners.
No, I'm not.
Go
The
watch
movie-
Videodrome.
I'm
If you
not.
don't get it, then you're a
I'm not-
fucking
I
idiot.
did not say that at all.
And
I
you're
did
not
say
allowed to
that
watch
at all.
our
No,
streams
I
anymore.
would actually say that if you watch Videodrome and you don't get it, that is completely valid because it's a very confusing.
I think it would be.
intentionally
That's quite
confusing
normal.
movie.
I've only seen it once on it as well, so maybe I want to watch it again sometime.
It works a lot better on a second go. But as I said, some movies aren't for everyone. and Videodrome might not be for you, but it doesn't mean you're stupid. However, if the only thing you watch is Marvel movies and you watch Videodrome and you go, oh, I don't like that because it wasn't conventional, then I'm allowed to think that you're stupid.
Movie Bob.
Movie Bob. I wonder if Movie Bob likes Videodrome.
It's no Bob Bovember.
It's no Bob November. No, that'll be December. Each month will be a different internet content.
Those are the only two, really. Who else is there?
We'll do No Dream December.
I don't really even know who he is, except he told me to put all my medicine in the sink, so I did it.
Have you not seen his music video?
I've seen the music video. That's almost all I know about him.
His music video is hilarious.
I know that he has a load of children that follow him on YouTube, and I know that he cheated at Minecraft.
Yeah.
None of this is in the film. This animated stuff right here.
I know, but it's really cool, isn't it?
Yeah, I like it.
Really 80s inspired. Well, not 80s inspired. It came out in the 80s.
It's a shame I'm watching it at 1/4 of the original speed.
Well, you're the one who did that. You can't blame anyone for that but you.
You wouldn't have enough time to talk about Videodrome otherwise.
I don't have enough time to talk about it anyway because you just surprised me with what film it is. And then I'm supposed to come up with a thesis.
Oh, were you supposed to prepare your notes like you were going on to a formal debate? A formal televised debate?
I'm just saying, maybe I might have more to say about it if I had more than 2 seconds to think about it before I'm supposed to talk.
Well, you also have to try and figure out what the hell you're actually watching in the first place.
And it works better when you're not lying to me about.
I never lied.
You said it was the Lawnmower Man.
Okay, I did, but then I fessed up.
It was only when it showed a picture of the film that I knew that it was actually Videodrome. Anyway, yeah, Videodrome is a good movie. He did a movie, David Cronenberg, in the 90s, or was it 2000s, called Existence.
Yeah.
That was Videodrome, but about video games.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's good. It's a lot like Videodrome. So you might find it a bit confusing.
Videodrome.
But it's worth it. If you want something different to watch a Videodrome.
I bet it was a good word of mouth film. The kind of thing that you would share with someone. You say, "Oh, I've got this tape Videodrome." You give it to your friend on tape, and they watch it, and it's almost kind of cursed.
Yeah. Some movies work good. It's gonna sound weird. Some movies work good, like the worse they look, but in a certain way. Like the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I watched recently, an original print, and it was obviously a print of it that had been through the projector like hundreds of times, so it was damaged. It looked rotten. There were scratches all on it, and it really added to the atmosphere of that movie. Really gave it that gritty sort of look. And yeah, Videodrome would work well on a kind of old VHS as well. Good movie.
Got anything else you want to say?
Play the next trailer and don't lie about it.
I ain't gonna lie about nothing. I ain't a liar. Alright, it's over. Next video.
Oh,
it's eating a bamboo! Oh, look at that. He's so hungry. He's eating us another panda eating bamboo.
They're eating bamboo. I can't eat bamboo. The panda can.
That's like me. That's like me eating a banana. That's about as close as I can get.
Yeah. Do you ever eat a banana and pretend that you're a panda eating some bamboo? I do.
Oh, I don't, but I should. I'm gonna eat a banana with the skin on it and say, "I'm a panda."
Yeah, you should start doing that.
I'm a panda.
Look, he's putting the skin off of it and then he's eating it. Oh, that is cute.
This video's 10 minutes long, so I'm gonna have a wee.
I just got to comment over this
Bye.
panda video. Okay. Right. I'm gonna talk to you about this panda, and he's eating the bamboo. Maybe I should give you some fun facts about the monsters. That might be quite good, wouldn't it? Let's look up fun facts about the monsters. Right. Did you know, although the first pilot episode was shot in colour, the rest of the series was shot in black and white to save money? Who would know? Who would know? Although the first pilot, the original unaired 1964 pilot episode, that was shot in colour as well. And Bert Lahr, who played the Cowardly Lion in The Wizard of Oz, was offered to play the role of Grandpa Munster. He didn't know. Bill Mummy, who was offered the role of Eddie Munster. Don't know who that is. Special effects technician Kenneth Stickfedden designed Grandpa Munster's laboratory and Dr. Frankenstein's laboratory in the 1931 film Frankenstein. Grandpa's lab includes some of the same props from Dr. Frankenstein's labs. The Munsters became so popular that Fred Gwynne and Al Lewis were invited to participate in the 1964 Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Who knew? The Munsters' spooky house has appeared in many TV shows and movies and is still standing today on a Universal Studios lot. It was just used a few years ago for an episode of Desperate Housewives. Oprah Winfrey played a potential buyer of it. She was interested in the house but decided against staying there because she found the neighbourhood spooky. Despite their similarities, the simultaneous Munsters by CBS and the Addams Family by ABC were created separately without inspiration from each other. Are you back?
Just doing some MSAMNR.
I was just giving away some Munster facts.
Oh, it's funny because when the panda's eating and his mouth's going up and down, and then you're talking, it looks like the panda is you, and you're talking, and you're the panda.
My God, you know what pandas are? They're black and white, and you know what's black and white? The monsters.
Oh, the monsters.
I love the monsters. Can we watch the trailers for the monsters?
No.
Oh, why not?
Well, because you just lied to me.
Why'd I lie to you?
You said it's in black and white.
No, I said the panda's in black and white.
You said the monster's black and white.
Yeah, the original TV show.
I feel like we're just hanging out with this panda.
I love the panda.
I love the panda. Panda monster. They should have a panda.
If you could, would you get a panda as a pet?
No, they're an endangered species, aren't they?
But you wouldn't get it just as a laugh. You could hang out with a panda all day.
Maybe for one day.
You wouldn't want to.
I think that would probably be unethical. It'd probably be unethical. And I don't have enough bamboo.
That's a good point. You'd need loads of bamboo.
I need so much bamboo.
They get loads of bamboo in a day. You'd be off to the bamboo shop every day.
He's not getting enough of this bamboo.
No.
He's eating it like it's a carrot. It's nothing to him.
No, but it is to us. It's a lot to us. Oh, look at it. Oh, it got a bit caught in his mouth, I bet, and then he took it away, and now he's eating it more of it. Oh, he loves the bamboo.
He loves it.
He loves the bamboo, Michael.
Would you believe me if I told you this was an ASMR video?
Yeah.
It is. Look, that's the title.
Yeah, loads of ASMR. But ASMR videos go on for ages. You know you get ASMR that's like people in the apocalypse and stuff like that.
Really? What are they doing? Just
They're like roleplay ASMR and stuff. Like you get ASMR of like aliens going to kidnap you and stuff like that.
wow.
Let me see if I can find one to show you. You get ones that are like Lovecraftian horrors and stuff like that.
Well, I'm watching this panda.
I know.
Ain't nothing stopping me from watching this panda.
Right, let me find a bizarre ASMR to show you. ASMR triggers test for your alternate universe self. Oh, there's one where he's like in the post-apocalypse and he's like showing you all the items that he can sell you that have like become
Welcome!
Oh, he's in Resident Evil 4 remake.
Resident Evil 4 doesn't need a remake.
He's gonna be in it.
Did you know that? Did nobody know this? I've been playing Resident Evil 5, the racist one. And
have you got to the racist bit?
It's racist from the very beginning. Let's be honest.
Well, I mean, they do a bit to try and make you sympathetic to the villagers.
No, I mean the thing is, right? Resident Evil 5. Well, my first point. I'll say it just quickly. I bought the PS4 version. Runs at 60 frames per second, higher resolution, but otherwise the gameplay's untouched. And that's fine. The game's absolutely fine. And so is Resident Evil 4. Resident Evil 4 doesn't need a remake. I don't understand how the world will be a better place with a remake of a perfectly fine game. Anyway, Resident Evil 5 is clearly basically Resident Evil 4 2. It is
with co-op.
With co-op, and it's fun. It's a fun co-op game, and I think Capcom were trying to replicate Resident Evil 4's vaguely European locale environment and do a vaguely African place. They never quite say what the country is.
It is set in Africa. Though.
It's set in Africa, but it's no particular place in Africa.
No,
and
unlike in Resident Evil 4, you don't even get a country. I think they just say somewhere.
yeah. It's the same. I think they were trying to do the same in Africa, but it didn't quite work. And what's bizarre is all of the enemies, at least in the parts where you're in Africa, are either black people or like Middle Eastern people, all kind of living together. It's just a bunch of non-whites who come attacking you, and you're supposed to be there to help with the spread of bioterrorism, but you do that by slaughtering hundreds and hundreds of non-whites, and then
you get to the island.
I know we haven't got that far yet, and
I think that you can make a case that the beginning of it isn't that bad because they go through such a ways to make you feel sympathetic towards them that it isn't their fault, that it's more the white.
But no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't, because you slaughter them. You blow their fucking heads off.
That is a point, but
they're all innocent victims.
They're innocent victims, but they make it a point to that that it's Wesker. You know, that it's white people who are ultimately behind this.
I don't think it does. I don't think it makes that very clear at all.
I don't think it makes it that clear, but what I'm saying is there is an attempt. However,
I don't think there's an attempt. I really don't. I don't see it. But I haven't gotten through the whole game yet.
Do you think, however, when you get to the island bit, then it becomes clear that they're just being racist here, because the island bit is like, okay, wow. It
comes off as really ignorant to start with. It's not overtly racist. It's just like, man, they should have known better. But then, later on, it is just racist.
Well, it becomes like something out of a 1920s Warner Brothers cartoon where you get people in literal grass skirts and mud huts chasing after you.
Oh yeah, it's UKIP's Bongo Land.
Yeah, that's
rendered in HD gaming.
You said you don't know where Resident Evil 5 takes place. We do know it takes place in Bongo Land.
Bongo Land, yeah.
Where Nigel Farage thinks all black people are from. What happened tonight? Has he quit again, or is he?
I don't know
quit
what he
again?
does.
Because he does that thing where he says that he quits and then he doesn't, and then he's still there doing press, and then he makes a big deal about going again.
No, this panda doesn't give a shit. Look at this panda.
Yeah,
that
this
panda don't give a
panda,
fuck.
He don't give a shit about Nigel Farage, and that good.
He's just eating his biscuit, man.
He's
I know that feeling when I got a
bamboo
biscuit.
and enjoying it. He don't care.
He's
about
listening
Nigel
though. He's
Farage.
polite enough to listen to what we got to say, but he don't give a fuck. Anyway.
Yeah. Are we doing another band? Oh, we're doing
next
another
trailer.
Okay. Oh, we talked about. Mentioned Warner Brothers and their old racist cartoons.
You did, yeah.
I forgot it was on slow mode, so just going to be staring at.
Oh
this
yeah, it's
logo
playing.
for
It's
ages.
playing.
It's playing. Oh, Gremlins! I like Gremlins.
You love the Gremlins.
I love a Gremlin. Who's your favourite Gremlin?
The smart one in Gremlins 2
Yeah.
with the glasses. He's funny.
Yeah, look, both Gremlins are good movies. The first Gremlins is one of my favourite movies.
I like the
think
second one better.
See, I go back and forth because they're both different movies.
Yeah.
In a way, like the first Gremlins is like, it's more of a proper movie.
Yeah.
The second Gremlins is just like a crazy cartoon.
Yeah, I mean, you used to tell me all the time about. It used to be a running gag about you and your postmodern games, but I have come to realise actually Gremlins 2 is postmodern.
It is. They review Gremlins 1
Yeah.
and Gremlins 2.
I don't know how they managed to make that film so good and have
Well-
it be so idiosyncratic at the same time.
Well, here's the reason is that they wanted originally to make a Gremlins 2, but they couldn't think of any ideas for it. And so they went to Joe Dante, the director of the original Gremlins, and they said to him, if you make us Gremlins 2, we will let you do whatever you want. And so he took that as an opportunity to just basically go wild with it.
But it's really good. It should have been
know.
shit. It should have been shit. It really
How?
should have
But
been
it's-
shit. But it's
but it's
amazing.
brilliant.
It's really funny.
It's almost a I mean it's a satire of the first movie, making fun of the first movie and the people who liked the first movie. I really like that about it, and I know you've made you've made fun of me for saying fourth wall postmodern and all of that, but it is a really funny, playful postmodern movie about the first movie, and makes fun of itself. And yes, maybe the Hulk Hogan bit hasn't aged too well,
Yeah.
but that's because it's Hulk Hogan. I like that bit though, still as a premise. That,
I used to really love it when I was a child. I thought it was so funny. I'd never seen anything like it before.
I mean, yeah, because the Gremlins literally stop the movie.
Yeah.
And they start playing something else.
And the idea that Hulk Hogan's in the cinema and they have to ask him for help.
Yeah, and the idea that the Gremlins are afraid of Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, and the idea that Hulk Hogan is always in Hulk Hogan mode all the time, ready to go. And he just tears his vest off, and now the movie's going. He says, he looks at the camera and says, sorry for that. I hope you enjoyed the film. Or something along those lines. And then the film just begins again. I used to love it.
It just starts where it left off. Yeah. Do you know, in the novelization of Gremlins 2...
There's a novelization.
There is a novelization of Gremlins 2, and in that part where the movie breaks down, instead it's a bit where the author of the book gets kidnapped by the brain gremlin, and the brain gremlin writes an essay about gremlin psychology for a bit in the book instead.
Oh.
So they still managed to incorporate that fourth wall breaking into the novelization of Gremlins.
Yeah, I mean,
2.
that's the thing you don't see anymore. There used to be novelizations of everything.
They still do the odd novelization.
Really? I don't
Do you know,
really
I
get
got this.
it.
I only got it as a joke, though. I have the novelization for Suicide Squad.
Wow. But why do they exist? I've never quite understood.
What used to be, you could understand it because movies would take ages to come out on like home videos, so you could kind of see it as an alternative to watching the movie for a bit, maybe.
Maybe, but why? There's just novelizations of everything. I used to have all the Alien. We watched Alien Resurrection, but I had all 4 of those Alien novelizations at one point, and they were like fine, they were okay. But why would you read the book if you could watch the film? I just didn't get it.
I'm trying to see if there are movie novelizations coming out today. What new ones there are? I think that there are still some out there.
You tend to get a lot of graphic novels these days, I think, that are based on or linked to films that come out, more so than straight novelizations. But they used to just be, I just remember them like all the time, loads of these sort of cheap paperbacks that you could buy of practically every major film that was coming out, of every genre.
Oh, they did one for Halloween Ends recently, the new Halloween movie. That's really weird. They did a novelization for that, of all things.
But who reads that? Who's going to read that?
I don't know. I do not know who's going to read a novelization of Halloween Ends. I liked Halloween Ends, but I don't know who the fuck's going to read a novelization.
But if you so going back to those Alien novelizations, I used to read. I still do. I like reading a lot of science fiction. Those books are fine, but they're not. They don't touch any of the greats. Like, there's so many good sci-fi novels to read. Why would I read a novelizations of Alien 3? Like, why would you do that? I don't know.
Yeah.
It don't make any sense to me.
I just want to know, why would I read a novelization of Halloween Ends?
Yeah. Especially in this day and age where you can just stream everything. You know, just watch the film. It would be quicker.
And apparently there are audio books as well. Why do they need audio?
Yeah, this is so bizarre.
Yeah, really bizarre movie novelizations.
Is the novelization of Gremlins 2 worth reading?
I've heard it's surprisingly worth reading. Yeah, like I told you about that bit with the. But the thing about novelizations is they're all out of print and hard to get, so they're like really expensive online.
I wonder how many of these trailers we've watched have novelizations. Like, is there one of Videodrome?
Oh, I'm sure that Gremlins has one.
Oh, here's the best bit.
Oh, one of my favourite bits of Gremlins.
It is funny.
It's such a mean-spirited Christmas movie. I love it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what Videodrome novelization.
I'm almost certain there is, to be honest. I'd be surprised if there wasn't.
But that was like a horror indie movie. Why would that get a novelization?
I don't know. Because everything got one. Everything.
Do you remember they did novelizations of games? Like there were the Resident Evil books.
There was Metal Gear Solid novelizations as well.
Yeah, who's gonna do? Oh yeah, they did a novelization for Godzilla vs King Kong. Came out last year.
Next film.
Oh god, this is gonna go ages.
What is it though?
They did one for Man of Steel. Oh, I think there might. Oh no, that's Videodrome Scene by Scene. That's a book about the movie. Right, so this is a Halloween movie, probably a sequel.
What makes you say that?
Because it said 10 years ago. Halloween 4 or Halloween 5 it will be.
If you had to put your money down, if you had to bet your money, what would you say it is?
If it's Halloween 4 or Halloween 5?
Yeah.
Is it one of those two?
If you had to choose.
Halloween 4.
Okay, let's find out.
Okay, once the fucking text scroller stopped. Oh, go on. I was the only one who liked Halloween Ends, but I thought it was a really good movie.
You should do a video essay on it.
No,
where's your res video? Come on!
There's a novelization on The Page Master. I remember that movie.
Yeah, what happened to the Page Master? It was a really
I
big
used
thing.
to love that movie.
I rented it. It was one we didn't often rent films, but my dad rented it for me. But nobody ever cares about it. There was a Super Nintendo game and everything.
Actually, on Amazon, you can get a used copy of Gremlins 2 on paperback for about £3.
Wow.
I might get it.
This film's fun, isn't it?
You mean it will be when we start seeing footage from it? What other ones are there? I'm seeing what other things the guy who's written Gremlins 2 has written.
Yeah, but a lot of them I can imagine are ghost written. A lot of them are pseudonyms, aren't they?
Oh no, he's written a couple of sci-fi books. He's written a lot of Alien versus Predator books.
A lot of those are novelizations of the comics.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they did that for a while, where they would do novelizations of comics.
Again, it's just a weird mashup of different formats of media.
Yeah.
What's this film then?
They did Hackers. Oh, this is Halloween 4.
Is it? How do you know that? How do you know that?
No, is this Halloween 1?
What makes you say... Yeah, but I want to know what makes you think it's Halloween 4 or Halloween 1.
I thought because Halloween 4 because it said 10 years. And so I was trying to think of a movie that was 10 years between Halloween and the next one. But this shot is directly from Halloween 1.
Is it scary?
It's good. Have you seen Halloween?
I ain't seen it. How many times have I got to tell you? I've only seen the third one. That's your fault.
Well, the third one's good, but it's not really a Halloween film.
Yeah, none of the others are good, just the third one.
Just the third one. Okay, this is definitely Halloween 1.
This is Halloween 1. Is it?
Yeah. No, it's Halloween 4!
Make up your mind!
No, it's Halloween 4, it's Halloween 4, it's Halloween 4.
What makes you say that?
Because of the girl.
Right.
She's in Halloween 4.
Are all these films about a stabby man with a mask?
Most of them.
Yeah.
All of them. Well,
apart from Halloween 3.
But then they do something... That's why I like the recent one, Halloween Ends, because it did something different with the concept. But most people didn't like it.
What about Halloween? What about this one, though? Is this a good one?
It's an alright movie, Halloween 4.
Yeah?
It's like a good, soft reboot.
There's been a lot of Halloween soft reboots, is my understanding.
There have been, yeah. Oh god, there are like 4 different Halloween timelines.
Do you think they should do a crossover where they all come together?
What, all of the different stabby men in different movies?
Stabby Man.
Yeah, stabby men, yeah.
So Stabby Man 4, is this a good one?
Yeah. Stabby Man 4 is a good one, it's alright.
How many Stabby Man films are there?
Oh god, like 10 of them.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know if counting the new one.
Did he go to space? Did the Stabby Man go to space? Like no, Jason and Hellraiser?
No, they've never done space.
There you go. You got
Hellraiser it. I haven't seen the Hellraiser space.
I've not seen any of them past the third one.
The new one's good. The remake they did recently, and it was good because it had nothing to do with the other Hellraisers. It was just its own little story. It was nice. Well, part of me wonders when we'll ever get a direct adaptation of the Hellbound Heart.
The Hellraiser's pretty accurate, I think. It's accurate enough. All right, film's over. Next film.
Right. Well, it's a good thing that we are appropriate audience.
Me and you are, yeah. We're the only person watching this stream.
Yeah.
Shout out to me in the future when I watch this back and I'm an old man.
Whoop whoop. Yeah, when you're reminiscing
Stevie's
about
dead.
me, and you're going, oh, that's Stevie. Who knew he'd go on to kill 16 people?
10 years ago. Stevie killed 16 people on Halloween.
Spurred on by watching a panda eat bamboo.
It's the new Scream film.
Oh god, is this Silent Hill Revelations?
No, I wouldn't do something like that.
Is this Silent Hill the first one?
Emma's been playing
What do you
Silent
mean,
Hill
no,
too.
there is a Silent Hill movie.
Is there?
So which one?
Is there a Silent Hill
Yes.
movie? There's a Silent Hill
You
movie?
know-
Is it
You know
good?
there's a Silent Hill movie. This is Revelations, the really, really bad one.
The really,
Well, they both-
really bad one.
Well, the first one's just really bad. This one's really, really bad.
Yeah, but it had the Triangle Man in it.
Yeah, but the Triangle Man doesn't make sense. Triangle Man only makes sense when he's a manifestation of James Sunderland's fear.
No, you tried it. Wait, hold on, excuse me. Are you suggesting that they make a Silent Hill film without the Triangle Man in? That's the only reason anyone watched this film. Is for Triangle Man.
But Triangle Man has a reason. He has a purpose. He's not just there.
No, I don't think you understand. When people think of Silent Hill, they think of Triangle Man. They think of... He is Silent Hill. That's his name. Silent. Mr. Hill. Mr. Hill.
Mr. Hill.
Yeah.
Mr. Hill. Yeah, is he the king of the hill?
He's Silent Hank Hill. If you take his triangle hat off. Bobber. It's that's my impression.
I'd love to see an episode of King of the Hill where they go to Silent Hill. This town ain't right.
Yeah, they like looking at the map. They get the map out. They're like, "Don't open the door. We're not talking to anyone in here."
This town. Oh, King of the Hill. That was a good show.
King of the Hill was good.
Yeah.
Come on then.
Oh, watch.
You got to earn your PhD.
Well, what is there to say about this shit movie? It's just rubbish.
How did it happen? Like,
They're making. Do you know they're making another one
I
based
don't-
on
I
Silent
know.
Hill 2? And it's from the director of this.
oh, that's embarrassing. Why would Konami do... The thing is, whoever... People involved in this film, like, knew enough about Silent Hill to put Silent Hill type things in it, but clearly didn't play any of the games and understand what made them scary or what they... Like, there's no teenage drama in any of these games. There's none of this shit. This is just a generic horror film.
This movie was in 3D as well.
Well, that's
You remember.
the full title of the film is Silent Hill Revelation 3D.
Yeah. Oh, it was a bad movie. God, why? I don't know why Konami are putting all of their eggs into the basket of Silent Hill right now.
I don't know.
Announcing 4 different games.
I know, it's really bizarre.
And a movie. Like, just why don't you do one game, and then if people like it,
Konami don't care.
Yeah.
It's an investment opportunity to them, I'm sure.
I know, but it just seems like they burnt their bridges down. I would be happy if Silent Hill would just have stayed dead, to be honest.
Well,
You
yeah,
know?
we had this discussion last week where I was really asking what makes a game a Silent Hill game at this point, really. No one who is involved in any of those games is working on any of these new games. They might be good, but...
Some of the music and things, but... I like that it's Comic Sans. And that they managed to do it in the perfect Silent Hill logo font as well.
Yeah.
For the bit in blood that said Silent Hill.
Do you think it should have had a PS2 logo under it?
It should have, yeah.
I never actually watched the end of this film. I got to Malcolm McDowell.
It's too rubbish.
Malcolm McDowell was in it, though.
It's just a really rubbish version of... Because it's kind of based on Silent Hill 3.
It's barely, though. Like, it has the girl in it, and it has some stuff in it that looks like it's from Silent Hill. And it's got the symbol, but it's not Silent Hill. Like,
It's got the fairground in it.
yeah. It's got Mannequin Monster in it, because there's that one room in Silent Hill 3 with the mannequins in it.
Oh god, that bit's the worst part of it. The CGI in that bit is terrible. Oh god.
Was there ever a Japanese attempt at a Silent Hill film? Or was this it?
Yeah, they're all American versions. There are no Japanese attempts.
Oh, now I remember the fog effect is terrible.
Yeah. How about we just don't make video game movies?
We don't need them. We don't need things.
You don't need the Super Mario Bros. Movie either. I'm just gonna say that.
I don't need it.
You know, video game stories are fine being video game stories. Even games that I think, you know, have amazing stories, I don't necessarily want to see a movie of, like Soma.
Yeah. Well, you don't need to.
I love Soma. I don't want Soma the movie.
There are already good horror sci-fi movies already. You don't need one that specifically says Soma. That's what I mean with these new Silent Hill games. You don't need to play a game that has the word Silent Hill in the title for it to be a good horror game in the vein of Silent Hill. But that's what people equate. That's people see the name and they go, "Oh, it's happening, Silent Hill, Shenmue 3, everyone, Shenmue 3."
The one that I'm most interested in is Silent Hill F, and that looks like the one that has the least to do with Silent Hill.
Sure, yeah.
The one that's set in like an old Japanese town. You know, I think that's interesting, but you probably don't need to call that Silent Hill.
This looks pretty spooky, actually.
It's not. Also, there is no revelation or secret in the movie, so this is a bloody lie.
I think the revelation is that she has to go to Silent Hill.
What, the thing that's in the very beginning of the movie? I remember when the bit where the dad's looking in the mirror.
Malcolm!
Oh god, and he acts so terribly as well. Oh god.
Oh look, there he is again, the triangle dude.
He doesn't have anything but triangle.
Geometry man.
Again, Pyramid Head is supposed to represent something very specific to the character of James Sunderland.
I know that.
This movie.
I know that.
Represent a toxic masculinity that doesn't like women. That's what the Pyramid Head represents. That's why he's always raping mannequins and things. What has this got to do with Heather? Oh no, it's not Heather, it's the other one. Is her name Heather?
I think her name's Heather. You know, I should remember.
Also, it's like there's nurses, they're sexy nurses. The sexy nurses, they make sense in Silent Hill 2 because Silent Hill 2, the theme of the game is James's repressed.
Did you just knock something over?
Out of annoyance.
Are you flapping your arms around in rage?
I'm flapping my arms at one 3D revelation. The revelation itself is in 3D.
Oh, that's why you don't get to see it if you're watching it on your crappy non-3D TV.
Again, sexy nurses, they make sense with James Sunderland.
No.
Unless Heather has some repressed sexuality, then they don't make any sense.
I mean,
they're only sexy nurses because Silent Hill 2 is the most popular one.
And the thing about, for anyone who's played and really understands what Silent Hill 2 is, which isn't too hard, really. Once you actually get to the end of it, like if you say Silent Hill 2 to someone, they don't think of the sexy nurses or the monsters. That's not the point. Oh, it is frustrating.
I think of James Sunderland's very depressing journey.
Yeah, yeah. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Yeah, I think of everything else. I think Mary is the scariest thing in that game.
Party on, dude. Do you like Silent Hill 2? Too
It's
bad. Next film. Here we go.
An amazing. I love the monsters. I love the monsters. Why is it? Oh, you fucker! Twice as fast. I fucking hate you.
Well, you better talk twice as fast then.
I love the monsters. It's it's so brilliant. It was so crap, but I loved it. It was 2 hours long. Didn't need to be 2 hours long, but I loved it. Every character laughed at their own jokes. I loved it. Rob Zombie could have put a laugh track in it if he wanted. If they would have let him. It was going to be in black and white, but they wouldn't let him. So instead, he made it just look like a colourful bunch of shit. I love it. It looks terrible. It's so terrible. I love it. Oh my god, I love the monsters so much.
Yeah.
I wanted to quote. I was gonna quote this and laugh at it, but now you're not even letting me.
Quick, do it quickly.
But I love the monsters.
The nostalgia critic.
I love
James Rolfe.
No, it's no nostalgia critic. No, I love that. There's a slide whistle. It's so stupid. Oh god, I love the monsters, Michael. I love it.
All right, next film.
Oh, fuck you. Why did you make it go so fast?
Oh, well, you know, time flies when you're having fun.
Shut up. Oh, I would have loved to see that in slow motion. Right, we got to wait an hour to the next trailer to start.
It's playing.
I know. Like, at the beginning, you can't really tell that it's playing. Right, New Line Cinema. What is this, Saw? I think that's New Line. Right. 1980 film born.
I bet you feel really depressed right now.
What? Yeah, I'm depressed because you sped through the bloody monsters. The nightmare began.
This might take a while.
Oh, is this Wes Craven's new nightmare?
You'd like that, wouldn't you?
It is, isn't it? It is, isn't it?
Is that a good film?
It's a really good film. You should watch it.
Yeah, you keep telling me that.
Why don't you watch it? What? Oh no, is this Freddy versus Jason? It is, isn't it? Is this one Freddy versus Jason? Well, I guess we'll find out in another hour when the picture goes back up.
Oh, you were so excited that it was Wes Craven's new nightmare.
I was actually, yeah. There we go. What do you think of Freddy versus Jason?
It was one of the first like proper horror films. It's one of the first horror films I ever watched, and I was like really nervous watching it. And then I was kind of surprised that nothing even remotely scary happens in it at all.
No, it's more of a horror comedy.
And then the ending in particular, like, oh, Jason's weakened by water, so Freddy must be weakened by fire. Makes perfect sense. And then I was like, wait, this is what Freddy Krueger's been about? Because like when I was in primary school, people for some reason used to talk about Freddy Krueger a lot. Like a lot. I don't think anyone in my primary school had actually seen any of the Nightmare on Elm Street films. Yeah. But like they were made out to be this really just horrifying series of films. And then I watched this and I'm like, wait, this is Freddy Krueger? This is Jason? Scary. Yeah, I know, but this makes a mockery.
Friday the 13th has always been trash, but the first, you know, there are good Nightmare on Elm Street movies. There are scary ones. But like, yeah. Oh, do you know the original ending of Freddy vs. Jason?
Oh, is it something to do with Hellraiser? Yeah. Have I got that right?
Yeah, in the original ending, Pinhead was supposed to come out and say something like, "Now, gentlemen, how can I resolve this?" Which would have been a fun ending.
Yeah. I don't know how many Hellraiser films there'd been by then. I got no idea.
They were still doing Hellraiser movies till up a couple of years ago. It was just like straight to DVD.
Oh,
rubbish.
That's so sad.
Let me look up the last Hellraiser movie.
That's so sad.
I remember they were just making to hold on to the license at one point, so they were just super cheap movies. Like, yeah, the last one before the most recent remake was in 2018.
Oh dear. I don't know how Clive Barker didn't manage to retain control over it. Because he was directly involved in the first one. Did he direct the first one, or was it the second one?
He directed the first and second, I think.
Right. And then I just don't understand how it managed to... I
No,
don't
he
know.
directed the first one, just the first one.
I don't know how these things work, but I would have thought he would have managed to claim some more control over it before it just completely went off the rails. It's a shame.
There was one set on the internet, I remember.
Oh, God.
What was that?
I mean, they're not bad ideas, because you can transplant that
was
idea to different things, this idea of forbidden pleasure and...
I don't know. Once you do...
Trailer's over!
Hellraiser
Next
8,
one,
Hellworld.
8.
Hellraiser 8, Hellworld, and the tagline
Oh, is it an MMO? I bet that sounds like an MMO, doesn't it?
The tagline was "Evil goes online."
Yeah, I mean...
And the cover of it is Pinhead with loads of Matrix writing on his face.
Anyway, put that away. Put your toys away. We're watching a new trailer.
I want to watch Hellraiser Hellworld.
No, you're watching this shit.
Yeah, a group of young people are addicted to playing an online computer game called Hellworld. That's the plot.
You know, and that sounds like it could be a Clive Barker story, and I think he'd do really well with it, but that's probably not what the film is.
Why are we watching Mortal Kombat?
Scary!
It's not scary.
I used to think I was well badass watching this when this was out.
Which one is this?
I used to borrow this from the library all the time.
Is this Annihilation? Annihilation's the really bad one.
This is the first one, which I like.
The first one's alright. It hasn't got best. The second one had what is it? Mother, you're alive. Too bad you will.
Oh
die.
yeah. The second one is like ultra campy, but this one it's a solid, fun, stupid film. Like it never gets boring. It's dumb. It's entertaining. It's probably one of the better video game adaptations of the time.
Michael,
what?
I'm reading some of the plot of Hellraiser Hellworld.
Uh-oh.
And apparently, Hellraiser exists in this movie. A group of young people are addicted to playing an online computer game called Hellworld, which is based on the Hellraiser series.
That's kind of like the new Matrix film. They ripped it off.
they ripped off
Hellworld.
Hellraiser Hellworld. Oh god.
Look, you're not allowed to talk about Hellraiser anymore. You're contractually obliged to talk about Mortal Kombat.
They did one after called Hellraiser Revelations.
Shut up! We're talking about Mortal Kombat.
Hellraiser Revelations was only made so that they wouldn't lose the rights to the film series.
Oh, that's so sad.
There was a quick turnaround and a rush production.
I bet.
And meaning the guy who plays Pinhead declined to participate.
No shit.
It was released in a single theatre for a crew screening that was ostensibly open to the public, then released to DVD quickly in October 2011. So this literally, it was made just for no artistic reason.
That's Man, you know what?
Must be really bad.
Mortal Kombat really wasn't that good. The games.
Oh yeah, I mean they were good. They were good for their time because they pushed forward graphics.
And gore and edginess. Yeah. And they were really cool playgrounds. Games to talk about on the playground with all the fatalities and stuff, and you know which of these rumors was true, which of these rumors wasn't true. Could you really do this? Could you really do that? All the secret characters and stuff. But as an actual 2D fighting game, it's like really shit, especially in comparison to anything that's out now. But yeah, like compared to its main competitor Street Fighter, it's really clunky and crap, and I still love it though. I still like playing as Scorpion and Sub-Zero.
Street Fighter is more intuitive to play, I feel.
But, you know, it's still cool when Scorpion says get over here, and then they do.
Yeah, I prefer Sub-Zero.
I like Scorpion better. Do you want to fight about it? I'll beat you up.
that is perfect because Scorpion and Sub-Zero are rivals, and so that'd be a good thing to draw, us as Scorpion and Sub-Zero.
Yeah, we could draw that if you want. No, you can't. You're doing movie talk.
Do you remember Mortal Kombat 4? The one
Is that the 3D one?
Yeah, on the N64. It has the worst cutscenes ever.
No, I never played it. I only actually owned the first Mortal Kombat on the Mega Drive. I never played it. I played the others, but I never owned any of the others, so... I think I just really liked the film.
And the song, Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. So I was like, what is this, 95? I was like 7 or 8 years old when this came out. So I might have been a little bit older when I watched it. But I really felt like a badass. That this is an adult film for adults. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. We all have that one film where you feel like you shouldn't be watching it.
Yeah.
Someone swears or someone gets... there's a bit of blood or something.
Yeah.
It was this and Spawn. Spawn I used to watch a lot, and I used to think I was really cool watching Spawn.
That one's rich.
I also I borrowed
really
that from the local library as well on tape.
I borrowed a DVD from the library recently.
Yeah, I used to borrow VHS tapes.
Yeah, that was good. You can still I go to the library all the time. I checked out a manga from there.
Yeah, I go to... it's a good way to read manga, because manga's expensive.
Support your local libraries.
Stevie's getting his Naruto fix.
No, it was the Dissolving Classroom that I checked out.
I don't know what that is.
It's a horror manga.
Is it like Mortal Kombat?
No, it's not like
Mortal Kombat's a horror film. They go to hell. Do they go to hell? I don't know what it's called.
What would you call the...
That dragon's cool though, innit? Look at the fire. Mortal Kombat!
What would you say is the best video game movie? Then?
I don't know. It might be Mortal Kombat. The Street Fighter film's pretty fun.
Street Fighter's fun.
But in terms of a competent film that has all the elements in it of the game, I'd say Mortal Kombat. It's literally about a tournament, a fighting tournament on a crazy island, and all this wacky characters, and they all have to beat each other up. That's it. It's Mortal Kombat.
I mean, I think the first Silent Hill.
Okay, all done.
Okay, well, let's enjoy the trailer for the third Resident Evil movie.
Oh, god damn it, it's a slightly different aspect ratio.
I got you.
You
Why
bastard.
did you choose the third one?
Is this the third one?
No, Apocalypse is the second one, I think.
I just put in Resident Evil movie and just clicked on the first one that wasn't the first one. The first video that wasn't the first one. Have I seen this? Is this the one where she's on the motorbike?
There are a couple where she's on a motorbike. The second one, she's on a motorbike.
Right.
And the second one, it has characters from the game comment about how cool she is.
Oh, God.
I watched all these movies a couple of years ago, and then I rated them.
Are they any?
A couple of them are fun to watch, in that they're so bad.
Right.
Like, the more ridiculous they get, the funnier they are. They do this weird thing where at the end of each movie they'll have some sort of crazy twist, and then the beginning of the next movie they do everything they can to immediately reverse it. So in one of them, the end of it is Wesker is the president of the United States, and he's good now, and Alice has given her powers back or something. And then the next movie starts off with a voiceover basically saying that none of that mattered and she lost her powers again, and all of this stuff is really bad.
I don't actually... I've seen the first one. It was one of the first DVDs I ever bought was Resident Evil, the first one. And it never really explains who she is or what's going on. Does it ever?
Kind of.
Is she a zombie lady? What's the deal? What is she?
She worked for Umbrella.
Oh.
and then she had her memories wiped. In every movie, there's at least one scene where Alice wakes up naked and confused. It was like really weird noticing that. When I watched one a day, I started to realise that the director sure has a thing for women walking naked and confused.
Is this the one that has the Nemesis in it?
Second one has Nemesis, yeah. And I think this is the second one.
Is that a good thing? I really don't remember.
And they did a new movie as well. And they did the TV series that had the line about Zootopia porn.
I forgot there was a TV series. I guess that came and went fast.
Well, it got cancelled. They did one series of it and it got cancelled.
Did you watch it?
No. No, who watched that? I doubt anyone really did.
Resident Evil has some appeal, you know. It's got some star power in its name, if you can say that. I don't know. How do you fuck it up? How do you fuck up Resident Evil? It's so simple.
George Romero wanted to make a Resident Evil movie. He wrote a script for it, and they turned it down for being too much like the game.
Yeah, of
They
course.
had a competent director who directed the fucking Night of the Living Dead and Dawn of the Dead and everything like that, and they turned him down because the thing that your series was inspired by, it was too close to it. We could have had a George Romero Resident Evil movie. Instead we have the W.S. Anderson one.
Do we need a Resident Evil movie?
No. There was a new movie that came out as well, I remember. Welcome to Raccoon City, it was called. Do you remember that?
No idea.
It came out last year. It was a whole movie. It was based off of Resident Evil 2, I think.
I can't follow Resident Evil. I was trying to explain to Emma like how it's impossible to actually understand any of the story in Resident Evil because so much happens in between games. Oh, look at that liquor. That's really bad.
I think if you watch each game by itself, you can understand the plot. But if you try and understand the series as like a whole overarching narrative, then you'll have trouble.
Yeah.
I think the one that has like the most concise story is probably Resident Evil 4, and that's because it doesn't take itself too seriously.
And it's kind of separate from the rest of it as well.
Yeah. It's just a little story about Leon going to save the president's daughter.
Yeah, I mean, I remember playing, a couple of years ago, I played Code Veronica, the PS3 port, and it was fine, like, I quite enjoyed the game, but, like, the plot, I really had no idea what was going on.
Yeah.
Like, how old is the Umbrella Corporation and the people that are involved in it? Oh, there it is. Yeah, there's the motorbike through the window.
Yeah. What does Umbrella actually make?
I just thought they were...
Is it weapons? Or...
I thought they were a pharmaceutical company or something.
Yeah, me too, but it's always a little bit vague, because sometimes it seems like they make weapons, or... I don't know.
And who runs it? Is it the Ashford family? Do they run the whole thing?
I think it's implied the Ashford family run it.
It's kind of weird because I kind of like the idea of the faceless umbrella.
Yeah.
I don't know. The games are fun.
And don't even get me started on Resident Evil Revelations, where it starts off with, "Oh, there was a floating city in the clouds."
Is that a game? Is that I don't know. Is Resident Evil Revelations a game?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
It?
Well,
It was the one for 3DS, and then it was ported.
No.
It was originally on 3DS, and then it was ported.
I've played like random Resident Evil games, all out of order.
Well, it just... When I played it, I thought I had missed a game or something, because it started off with this whole thing about a floating city, and then it turned out that, no, it was just made for this game.
Yeah, well, it's like Resident Evil 5, where Chris has flashbacks to Jill dying, and it really gives the impression that, like, I was like, wait, when would that have happened? And I was like, wait, well, Chris and Jill weren't in Resident Evil 4, but did this happen in Resident Evil 3? I've never played Resident Evil 3, but no, it doesn't. It just happened in between games.
I know they do a lot of that Resident Evil things just happening between games, yeah. Did you ever play Resident Evil 7 or 8?
No.
You should, they're good.
Yep, I know. You keep telling me this. And Resident Evil Revelations, you told me I gotta play that.
Resident Evil 7 and 8, they're good.
No, Resident Evil Revelations is canon, so it's gotta be played.
Oh, Michael. You know, I beat Bayonetta 3. I could be talking about it right now.
Resident Evil Apocalypse.
Apocalypse. Bayonetta 3 is
look, she run down the building, innit?
Probably the best Bayonetta game.
She run down the building. Look at her go. Go on, look at her. She's run down the building. You can see the wire though, can't you? It's a bit fake. You can see the wire holding her up.
Yeah. Do you not want me to talk about Bayonetta 3?
Our future.
You don't, do you?
Look at Doggy. Remember Resident Evil doggies?
If you don't acknowledge that I'm talking about Bayonetta 3, I'm just going to spoil Bayonetta 3.
No, don't do that, no!
Yeah, exactly, no! Then acknowledge that I'm talking about it.
The future is in... We're getting there. It's trying to tell us a sentence.
It's in her hands. It will be something.
Oh, how did you know that? How did you know that?
It's easy, because it's just something that would be in a trailer. Tell you what, people won't like the ending of Bayonetta 3.
Shush your mouth, don't tell me.
Are you gonna get it?
I might do for Christmas. I might buy it myself for Christmas.
Why don't you get it now?
Because it'll be cheaper at Christmas. And there'll be some patches and shit that make it run better. On the fucking Switch.
Well, actually, yeah, I will say that the one thing about the game is that it's on Switch.
Yeah, why do these things have to be trapped on the Switch? I know it wouldn't exist if it wasn't on the Switch. It wouldn't exist at all, but I'd much rather play it on my PS4 Pro. Oh, look at that.
It's a good game. It's a good game.
Look, Stevie. Oh god, it's nearly 9 o'clock. We've still got so many trailers. I'm going to have to get rid of some of these trailers.
I think you might have to start playing them at normal speed.
Alright, okay. Okay, that's the end of that.
RE2.com makes it seem like it's going to be an actual good adaptation. Hey, my favourite! We've seen this together.
We have. What film is this?
Troll 2.
Yeah, you got anything to say?
It has nothing to do with a movie called Troll.
No. And doesn't...
I showed you this movie.
Yep, doesn't feature any trolls.
Features goblins, features witches, no trolls.
Troll 2.
It's a movie that I think is trying to be a satire or commentary on vegetarians.
It's Italian.
It's an Italian movie. It's terrible. The acting's bad. What did you think of it?
I love it. I love Troll 2. It's so much fun. It's a really weird vision of...
I just say she's the best actor.
Yeah,
the witch.
The witch. She's like proto-Bayonetta.
Yeah, she turns into a sexy witch. But yeah, it is good. It's a very fun movie to watch. I mean, it's not a good movie. But
no, it's not. But it's a lot of fun. It doesn't really get boring or anything. Like a lot of okay, done. Next.
What? The Malcolm in the Middle intro. Okay. What
right, next.
I like Malcolm in the Middle, but what has that got to do with anything? What's this? Okay. Alone in the dark?
Yeah. We'll speed it up a little bit for you.
Why are we watching Alone at the
It's scary. It's scary. It's the Halloween after party.
It wasn't even like my computer was too good for Alone in the dark.
I know, that was very funny.
It wouldn't even run this.
Oh, this brings back so many good memories.
God, remember how the beginning of the game you have to manually blink?
Yes! You have to press both the analog sticks in. It's so realistic. It made me feel like I was really in the game.
Oh god, and then And then the game opens up and it gets 10 times worse when you get to Central Park.
Yeah, it starts off, the whole beginning is like walking around in first person, walking around very slowly, and then it turns into third person, and then it's pretty linear going through the hotel at the beginning, very linear, but it's the most well designed, tightly designed, and then you get into the park and it turns into this kind of pseudo open world thing, and it's just bland and shit.
Why has the game got a fire gimmick going on when it's supposed to be a spooky game? It's really focused on light. I don't know. And it's stupid, and for some reason you can play all of the levels as soon as you start up the game. Because they wanted
right, yeah.
They wanted the game to feel like a box set.
Yeah, it has a DVD menu for moving to different scenes, but the scenes are the different parts of the game, so you can literally put the game in, skip to the end, and then you beat the game.
Yeah,
very stupid.
It doesn't make sense. Of a TV show, it makes more sense because they were made that way. It doesn't make sense of this.
Right, last video.
Fox Interactive, this is a Simpsons getting a Croc! I love Croc!
You love Croc!
We love a bit of Croc, don't we? You love Croc.
Croc.
This was on a VHS cassette for something. I forget what. It might have actually been a Simpsons VHS because it was Fox.
Ah, why? Do you recognise this?
I recognise the advert, yeah.
It's in slow-mo. We'll watch it again afterwards in its normal speed.
No, I just recognised the way it began and everything.
Was this your first exposure to Croc?
Might have been. You love Croc.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
I don't.
You do.
I don't.
It's got good controls.
No, it doesn't.
What do you mean, why isn't
If you like Resident Evil, you'll like Croc.
Resident Evil's a good game.
Croc is like it's like a fun Resident Evil. A fun Resident Evil for kiddies.
It's like they put Resident Evil and Mario 64 in a blender.
Mm-hmm. And shout out Croc.
You shout out
They
Croc.
fed Resident Evil and Mario 64 to a cow, and then the cow did a shit, and the cow splat is Croc.
All right, James Rolfe.
Croc a shit.
Okay, angry video game nerd.
Oh, he's gonna take you back to the past, so you don't have to.
You know what, Michael? I do think I'd rather play a shitty game than have a diarrhea dump in my ear.
Yeah, a buffalo.
Buffalo have a diarrhea dump in my ear, yeah. I think I would rather the shitty game, to be honest.
What about the nostalgia critic doing a diarrhea dump in your ear?
Can't talk about that. It's no Nostalgia Critic November.
Right. What's the nostalgia critic's name again? How have I forgotten this?
What do you mean? It's Doug.
Oh yeah, Doug Walker. Yeah.
Doug Walker, yeah. Just think about your favourite Nickelodeon TV show. Doug.
What was it even? What was it even about?
It's just about a boy. He had a crush on a girl.
Yeah.
Chatty mayonnaise.
It's one of those weird cartoons, kind of like the Cramp Twins. Like, what the fuck was the Cramp Twins actually about? No, seriously. Everyone watched it. I watched it.
You just unlocked a memory for
What
me.
is the fucking Cramp Twins about?
It's like Watch My Chops.
Can you remember any specific episode of the Cramp Twins at all?
No. Can you remember any episode of Watch My Chops?
Which is Watch My Chops. Is that with the
Have you ever
dog?
seen- Yeah, with the dog. Yeah, Watch My Chops.
I barely remember.
Do you remember? We talked about My Parents Are Aliens a while ago.
We talk about My Parents Are Aliens a lot. Apparently, it's
Well,
very
yeah.
racist. Very
episode
racist.
The episode I saw was
Extremely racist.
Yeah, terrible.
you cancelled it, didn't you?
I cancelled My Parents Are Aliens. Yeah. Oh. Well, it's nice doing these reactions to slow-mo trailers.
Reaction videos are in. This is probably the most interesting of our stream videos to actually watch, I suppose.
Probably, yeah, maybe. See, maybe if you like this, tell us. I'm the Stevie Grant on Twitter. You're what? Mega
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter why. I'm probably I'm gonna leave. There's gonna be a mass Twitter exodus, and I'm gonna leave. And that's the last piece of social media I have. I don't have anything else other than Twitter.
I'm gonna talk to you.
We got the Discord. There'll be ways.
You're gonna have to give me your number again so I can start texting you.
Oh yeah, I will. Not on the stream though. And I know when you can come and visit.
Okay. Well, let's sort that out, and then we'll do a special recording when we're in the same room together.
Yeah.
Because then we're in the same room together, we can pinch each other's cheeks.
Yep, and we can watch trailers very slowly in real life.
Yeah. And imagine we'll just be pinching each other's cheeks and making each other laugh.
You've multiple times you've talked about the pinching of the cheeks.
Yeah, gonna pinch your cheeks.
I don't want you to touch my cheeks. No touching the cheeks.
Okay. I'll come over to you, so I won't touch your cheeks.
Don't touch my cheeks.
And I promise I won't get drunk this time.
Oh, God.
That's a story for another time if you've ever heard Chuckle-Bits Radio before.
Yeah. We don't need to talk about that anymore. That's old news.
That's old news.
Bygones be bygones.
Yeah.
Let's watch this one more time.
I haven't eaten Bubbaloo since.
Oh my God!
I had all of my life's worth of Bubbaloo that day.
Mm-hmm. You went out with a bubbly bang.
I did, yeah. Oh.
Right. I hope you enjoyed the Halloween after party.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to be next week. I'll have to think of something. Might be more video games again.
We'll do something. Oh, it's past 9 o'clock. Michael.
Oh, yeah. I didn't actually realise what time it was. It's 1 minute to 9.
Michael yawns as soon as it gets close to 9. He needs to get tucked into bed.
Yeah, I do.
He needs to get tucked into Michael and his partner have separate beds, and he needs her to tuck him in.
Yeah.
He put a Scrooge nightcap on.
Yeah.
And you have a candle next to you.
Emma tucks me in our separate bed, my separate bed, and she puts out the candle. She puts the candle out for me.
Yeah, she puts the candle on it, and then she kisses you on the forehead.
Yeah, she kisses me on the forehead.
Then she tucks you in. She reads you a bedtime story.
And then I say, "I love you, Mummy." Oh, she heard me say that. She's not impressed. Not impressed.
You're gonna get your cheeks pinched.
I am. Right? I'm gonna get my face punched.
We're just gonna make you a nice hot cocoa and put you into bed.
Well, actually, I do usually have a hot chocolate, but not long before I go to bed.
Oh.
Yeah, about 9 o'clock, and then I put a blanket on myself and lie on the sofa and fall asleep, maybe.
Oh, fall asleep in front of the fireplace.
Well, we don't have a fireplace. We've got our fireplace removed.
Oh, that would have been cool.
It's got central heating.
Yeah.
Right, that's enough of this bullshit.
That's enough of this bullshit. Michael needs to go to bed now.
I'm going to beddy boys, Bedfordshire.
I need to climb into bed because I'm ill still. So
oh, poorly, Grant. Poorly, Grant.
Hopefully they aren't doing work on my window tomorrow,
No.
and I can get a nice sleep.
All right, say bye, Stevie.
Bye, arseholes.
Bye.